I didn't watch
Jessica,
nothing.
I know you got a lot of questions, but your time is almost up. We got a lot of people waiting.
She was in the
No,
wrong.
it's all right.
She was
It's
the
all
last
right.
caller. You can't punch a man in the face and expect him to just stand there and take it. She deserves to have charges pressed against her.
Got him! Got him!
Drop her shit. Drop her, because I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't do that. So.
What? Stop the cap.
Okay.
Being from Chicago, you can't put your hands on nobody and think ain't no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. If he pushed Myron into you, he didn't touch you. The problem with females is they get active and hyper and want to put their hands on people, and that ain't how it work. Because where I'm from, if you put your hands on a man, he gonna beat that ass.
Well, wait a minute, Lisa. Whose side you on?
Obviously, Tommy's.
I'm just talking about the fight. You ain't got, and nobody has to like Tommy. I'm just talking about from a fighting point of view.
How you doing? Now, I know you got your black screen on and stuff, but you know that was a bold statement to come on the platform and say that, and your face ain't shown. Okay, that does not show respect, and it doesn't show that you even understand what the situation was. Okay,
Jeez.
There we go. Now we can talk.
The
Let's
goat.
go, sister.
Arguing, getting excited. I did not see him push no Myron into her. And even if he did push her,
get her the fuck off my show. That low self esteem ass shit. Think she probably don't even. Listen, we're gonna let some winos get in here to ask you some questions. I really thank you for and I'm gonna continue to ask you questions. Are you okay with the winos asking?
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. Let's get back into that intro again. Before we get into the full interview, because I'm not watching the full, I'm not reacting to the full interview, because she speaks a bunch of clear fabrications throughout the interview. I don't know why Tasha K picked up this interview and doubled down with this girl clearly lying. She is the assaulter. She's getting treated like the victim. She's coming on these platforms after assaulting Tommy. Tommy pressed charges, and now she's coming on these platforms like she's the victim. And these callers go in on Tasha to the point where she has no rebuttal, no argument, and she has to hang up on the caller. So we're going to get into the intro, which is a short version, and then we're going to get into the full call with these callers. One of them, Jessica X, and then some random girl that she tried to call out, and she was like, oh, you're hiding behind a blank screen. This girl cameraed up ASAP with the quickness. So we're going to get into this. Get back into this intro. This shit is classic.
Jessica, I know you got a lot of questions, but your time is almost up. We got a lot of people waiting.
She was in the wrong.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Caller. You can't punch a man in the face and expect him to just stand there and take it. She deserves to have charges pressed against her.
Got him! Got him!
Drop her shit. Drop her, because I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't do that. So.
What? All right, so she says she doesn't believe in domestic violence while having the assaulter on who assaulted a man. So you don't believe in a man defending himself. You just believe in women able to hit man. Free reigns. Got it. I think one thing that stands out the most in this is what does Tasha K's husband think about all this? So he's okay with women just beating up men with no ramifications for their actions. She's being sued for a reason. So he's okay with this?
Beta!
Stop the cap.
Okay.
Being from Chicago, you can't put your hands on nobody and think ain't no consequences. I don't understand. If he pushed Myron into you, he didn't touch you. The problem with females is they get active and hyper and want to put their hands on people, and that ain't how it work. Because where I'm from, if you put your hands on a man, he gonna beat that ass.
Well, wait a minute, Lisa. Whose side you on?
Her smoke detector went off the whole time. Like, go change that shit. The fuck is going on here? Beep, beep, beep through the whole goddamn interview.
Obviously, Tommy's.
I'm just talking about the fight. You ain't got, and nobody has to like Tommy. I'm just talking about from a fighting point of view.
How you doing? Now, I know you got your black screen on and stuff, but you know that was a bold statement to come on the platform and say that, and your face ain't shown. Okay, that does not show respect, and it doesn't show that you even understand what the situation was. Okay, there we go. Now we can talk. Let's go, sister. Disrespect the
arguing, getting excited. I did not see him push no Myron into her.
Okay.
And even if he did push her,
get her the fuck off my show with that low self-esteem ass shit. Think she probably don't even. Listen, we're gonna let some winos get in here to.
We're gonna get into the full argument she has with her before she has to hang up the phone in a rage because she has no argument and no point to make. Shout out to Jessica X and that young lady that came up here when she tried to call her out for having no camera.
Ask you some questions. I really thank you for.
Before we get into this, it's the worst when you have men in this on these streams calling up, defending the assaulter.
I'm gonna continue to ask you questions. Are you okay with the winos asking you questions?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, long as they being respectful.
That's what I was just about to say. Just be, keep it in check.
They know they respectful over here. They know they may ask you a question. It may be a little hard, but they not gonna get disrespect. They're not gonna disrespect you because they're not gonna play that shit over here. Okay. Yeah, we all have a voice. Fine. We all respect each other. Okay, come on in here, Channa.
Hi, ladies. How you guys doing today?
Hello. How are you?
Good. I just want to make a comment, then I have a question for the young lady. Tommy Sotomayor is very problematic, and so is Fresh and Fit. They're colorist, they're misogynistic. Why do you feel that while you were on the show, there was another black lady or black woman that was heavyset, and it's like she didn't really intervene or even back you up, but you have like a white girl on the side, like making little comments?
They didn't back her up because she was wrong. They're not going to just back her up because they're black women as well, being wrong with her, making an ass of themselves. They ain't doing that.
Here and there, like, why do you feel like the black women that was there did not come to your aid?
I kind of felt like they felt like they were silenced too. Like, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to even probably help me because the way that Fit in them.
Jackie Dollhouse says, if they act like she didn't do anything wrong, they're promoting women bucking up in men's faces. That's facts. That's exactly what they're promoting. And you see dumbasses like Kwame sitting up here doubling down with this shit until Courtney Michelle came and spoke some logic into the panel. And then they're like, oh, okay. Mr. Skinny and Kwame were like, oh, okay. Well, actually, Mr. Skinny still kept saying she should beat Tommy's ass or whatever. And Kwame switched up his whole stance after Courtney Michelle hit him with the logic. But man, they're making the problem worse for themselves. They don't even realize it just because they hate Tommy.
Try to portray stuff, they would flip the whole thing, and then it'd be two now angry black women. But everybody, we all should have stuck together and really jumped his ass, if you ask me.
And I feel like,
did you hear that? We should have all got together and jumped his ass. I thought you were against domestic violence, Tasha K. What the fuck's that about? Y'all are just going to hear this and just move on?
I'm a black woman. I'm very educated. I have 2 bachelor's degrees. But I noticed, like, what you were saying, they do have an agenda. Yes. And I'm dark skinned as well, or brown skin. But they won't invite, like a woman like Candace Owens or someone of that caliber of woman, or someone like Tasha K, someone like Cynthia G. Those women are too smart for them. They don't invite those type of black women. They try to invite black women who are really young. I'm 31. They'll probably invite someone who's like early 20s who doesn't know that much to fit their agenda or to prove their narrative. Like, oh, these dark-skinned black women or these dark bloods, they ghetto as fuck. They just say that, they stupid. And I feel like they strategically put you next to him because they felt like, okay, we're going to try to portray this narrative of this.
Do you understand what she's saying to you, ma'am? Just rewind this for a second and understand what she's saying. And how are you not offended by this?
But they did say that they stupid 20s who doesn't know that much to fit their agenda or to prove their narrative. Like, oh, these dark-skinned black women or these dark bloods, they ghetto as fuck. They did say that, they stupid. And I feel like they strategically put you next to him because they felt like, okay, we're going to try to portray this narrative of this angry black woman stereotype.
So they know that you're stupid, you're angry, you're ghetto. So they use you. That's your way of looking at it. Instead of being like, why am I stupid, angry, and ghetto on a platform in front of hundreds of thousands of people making an ass of myself? Oh, they're using you for their agenda. They bring in all the girls that they can. That's what it is. They solicit all the attention from these girls with a large platform. Any girl that wants that attention, that wants to speak about dating, comes on the platform. So you got to ask yourself, what type of people would come on a dating platform, which they've seen before. They've seen what happens. They've seen the Frank Castle moments. They've seen the Asian doll stuff. She came on this platform right after seeing the Asian doll interview. She has literally no excuse. Unaccountable. The type of women that come to these shows, I'm not taking no shots at Fresh and Fit and any of these other type of shows that have these large panels and platforms for women to speak on dating. They're trying to get attention. They're the type of girls that go out for attention. You want to be attention. You want to have all the attention. You want to be famous with nothing, no substance behind your fame, no talent behind your fame, nothing to back up the fame. You just want everyone to know who you are for and have that type of attention. Famous and broke, no follow-up, thirsty for clout. Those are the type of people that come on those platforms. That's why I said Tommy's 100% in the right here, 100% in the right for filing the lawsuit. But I said it before. Anybody that goes on Fresh and Fit and fucks with the girls, we've seen the outcomes. We've seen what happened with DJ Academics. We've seen what happened with Walter. We've seen what happened with Myron. We've seen what happened with, man, I can name any nigga. Like, who else? I'm missing a name. I always miss a name. Anyone that's fucked with these girls that come for attention, you see what happens. You see what the clout does for these type of girls. Let's get back into it.
And it's like, it was kind of weird how that was. And I feel like Tommy is very problematic as well. He's dark skinned. He has a dark skinned mother. He has 2 dark skinned daughters. He has 2 15-year-olds. And it's like, he even has a son that he doesn't even claim. So, wow. And I saw when, what's his name? Tariq Nasheed approached him on the Vlad TV interview. And you notice he kind of like calmed down. He simmered down. He didn't have that.
They got to stop bringing up the Tariq Nasheed thing. They always say it like the video's not out there. Tariq Nasheed approached him. He stood up in Tariq Nasheed's face. Tariq Nasheed tried to egg him on to hit him. And Tommy didn't hit him. Tariq Nasheed didn't hit him. And they moved forward. I don't know what happened after that, but stop it. From what's out there, they try to rewrite it. It's out there. You can go search it up and see it.
Energy for Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like you can see that he was fearful. He's fearful of other men. But with women, especially black women, he's very hyper aggressive. And I hate that. That's all I had to say.
And yeah, and you're right. You're 100% right. And I also feel that if they didn't sit me next to Tommy, all this would not have happened. All this would not have happened because.
And we already know from Tommy's accounts that she asked to sit next to Tommy because she knew Tommy.
I would be across from you. They could have literally put me on the side, but they told me already when they knew they had the agenda, you're going to sit right here because you're the star of the show, trying to make me feel better, you know. And
you are the star of the show?
Stop it. Get some help.
Did this girl really get on Tasha K and try to convince her fans that she was the star of a Fresh and Fit episode?
Stop it. Get some help.
Sat right there, you know. So, and I held myself for so long. You have no idea. I held myself for so long because, like, the just different type of slugs he was just saying while they was asking certain questions and certain questions when it came to about flying girls out. No one even knew that he flew me out. So I was like, he's really throwing these fucking slugs, like.
No one knew he flew you out until you brought it up.
Wow, okay, I see what you're trying to
play. And then he's bragging about like fucking your friend, and he could have fucked you, but he failed to say that he had to pay $2,500 for some pussy.
Exactly.
And I think he was mad that he couldn't fuck you, so he had a lot of energy. Like, oh, how dare this whole try me? I don't flew the eye. He think he finna get the pussy and he didn't get it. So he was mad about that as well. Coupled with the fact that he has this Superman complex or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So they do invite Black women who are naive. I'm not going to say stupid, but who are young, whatever. They, like I said, they wouldn't invite a Tasha K. They wouldn't invite a Paris Madonna. They wouldn't invite a Cynthia G. Yes.
Shauna, listen. So before I knew about Fresh and Fit, my team, Nicole, she's unfortunately no longer with us, but she had told me, I guess her and Chelsea thought it would be a good idea for me to go on their podcast. And so I was just like, who are these guys? I looked it up. I said, did y'all send the request? They was like, yeah. And they said $10,000. I said, don't y'all ever in your life ever solicit me to no shit like that. And they was just like, well, we thought it would be good because I knew you would shut them down from all the shit that they say. I said, yeah, but you got to catch these guys good. But I said, Albert and Preach are two Black men who literally shut. I was going to say the word, but I ain't going to say the word. He shut. They asses the fuck down. I don't need to say nothing. Albert and Preach already.
Yeah. Abba still needs to explain that prostate milk and shit. If y'all haven't seen that video on my channel, go check it out. Abba needs to explain that. I don't know what the fuck that was.
They did it.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They did it. And their platform bigger than mine. I said, see, that's how you do it, man to man, okay? Yeah. But YouTube shut Tommy down. That's why he on OnlyFans paying young girls $2,500, soliciting them for $5,000.
Tasha, he has a video on OnlyFans and I watched it. He literally had sex with a girl in his studio. The same studio that he does his YouTube live stuff on. He has a video like.
So you're paying for his OnlyFans?
Lex Steele or some shit?
Gross.
I guess he just tried to be Tommy the porn star now.
All
right, well, beautiful ladies, have a good day.
All right, so the girl that's about to roast him
probably had a good future at one point, and now he's dumbed down to Pornhub and having sex for money to pay those Black women child support. Yeah, okay.
He's losing steam. That's why I think he went on the Fresh and Fit show. He's losing steam. I used to watch him years ago.
When they say Tommy's losing steam and then Kwame Brown insults him and says, this is the hottest week of your life, like, which one is it? Are you losing steam or is it the hottest week of your life?
Probably paid to be on it.
He's probably paying them to be on it. That's exactly.
I know he is.
That's what I think.
They came back and my team told.
Listen, y'all, I'm not coming for ABBA. I have no problem with ABBA and Preach at all. There's just this video that's out that's on my channel with this prostate milking where he's admitting to getting porked in the butt by some girl and some, I don't know. Y'all have to listen to it. It is zesty.
Come on, man.
So when ABBA starts challenging all these alpha male dating coaches, I get it. Some of their philosophies are flawed, and ABBA does make good points on a lot of his videos. But he definitely has to explain that prostate milking before we're going forward with this whole relationship speaking and advising people. And we gotta get a hold on that. That's very zesty. But let's get into this.
Only 10,000. I said, don't y'all ever try me like that.
Right.
No.
Yeah, so, he's definitely paying them to get on that show, and he told me that they paid him. He said that they paying him to come on that show. He get paid for anything he get on.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shauna. We're gonna move on. Hey guys, we got one question because we gotta be done by 12. Okay. Okay. Well, 3 questions per guest. Okay, because we gotta be done by 12. Not 12, but 3 minutes per guest.
Let me skip this because I don't give a shit about this caller. Let's get into the caller that goes in. Oh, there's a bunch of these motherfuckers before we get there. Oh, hell no. I'm not listening to all these niggas. This girl, the GOAT. Let's get into her. This girl right here. She's the first one to start the ethering. Oh, I really left all these niggas in here? I'm trying to listen to these niggas.
Bye.
Bottoms up. All right, so who is it? Lisa Love. Is it
this
Lisa
girl
Love?
right here?
Yes.
Hi, Lisa. So what's your where you calling from?
Chicago.
Shout out to Chi-Town. I fuck with Chicago.
Hey there.
I think I was from Chicago in my previous life because of my swag. You feel me? Chicago got swag. I said, okay. Well, what's your question? You got 3 questions, Mama. What you got?
You know what? It's crazy because Being from Chicago, you can't put your hands on nobody and think ain't no consequences. I don't understand. If he pushed Myron into you, he didn't touch you.
Do you see how Tasha was agreeing because all she thought about was a man putting their hands on a woman? She thought there was no type of repercussions for a woman put their hands on a man. She didn't even think about that. She's like, but that's what this woman was talking about, the woman putting hands on a man. Let's go back to this real quick.
You feel me? Chicago got swag. I said, okay. Well, what's your question? You got 3 questions, Mama. What you got?
You know what? It's crazy because being from Chicago, you can't put your hands on nobody and think ain't no consequences.
That goes for anybody.
If he pushed Myron into you, he didn't touch you. The problem with females is they get active and hyper and want to put their hands on people, and that ain't how it work. Because where I'm from, if you put your hands on a man, he gonna beat that ass.
Well, wait a minute, Lisa. Whose side you on?
Obviously, Tommy.
I'm just talking about the fight. You ain't got, and nobody has to like Tommy. I'm just talking about from a fighting point of view.
But yeah, and also, y'all laws are different from Florida. So in Florida laws, if whoever hit who first, if you feel that your life is in threat, you could protect yourself.
Yeah. So Tommy could protect himself by that logic.
I'm talking to another black woman right now. Hold on. Hold that. I got it. Lisa. How you doing now? I know.
Oh shit! Shout out to Jackie Dollhouse with the super chat. That was supposed to pop up on the screen. I'm still failing y'all out here. But shout out to you. Where's my sound effects? I'll get that in a second. Shout out to you, Jackie Dollhouse. Next comment you say, I'll read out loud. Doesn't have to be no super chat because you didn't put no comment there. But shout out to you.
You got your black screen on and stuff, but that was a bold statement to come on the platform and say that, and your face ain't shown, okay? That does not show respect, and it doesn't show that you even understand what the situation was. Okay, there we go.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
This girl was like, oh, you're going to call me out for not having my camera up? Look at her face when she came up with the camera. She was ready for all the smoke. All the smoke. Let's pull this back a little bit.
Hold on. Hold that. I got it. Lisa. How you doing now? I know you got your black screen on and stuff, but that was a bold statement to come on the platform and say that, and your face ain't shown, okay? That does not show respect, and it doesn't show that you even understand what the situation was. Okay, there we go. Now we can talk. Let's go, sister. Now, so a man done put his hands on you?
Yes, and I'm good at what I do, so that's why I don't back down. If I fight a man, I know what I'm getting into.
What?
I fought men many a days.
So you mean to tell me, as a woman, you think it's okay for a man who's physically stronger than you, okay, and was made that way by God, for him to put his hands on you, and you okay with that?
If I hit him first,
Sister, I hit you and
I cannot expect not to get hit back.
What have you went through?
You hear that? Hear that shaming energy? What have you been through? That's the same who hurt you shit. She's just breaking down simple logic. If she hits him first, she won't be surprised if he has the gumption to hit her back. That's all she's saying. She's not saying, oh, men should go out just hitting girls without girls, hitting them. It's like nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. But you can't be surprised if you're a woman that just hits a man that doesn't know you like that and he strikes you back or he protects himself in any type of way. You can't be surprised that it's happening. No one's condoning none of it. No one's pushing for domestic disputes at all. And that's the whole purpose. Women only want to see it one side. They only want to see when the man does anything to protect himself or, hit back.
To even allow that. That's coming from somewhere else. What have you went through? Did your mama get beat?
So it's okay for women to hit men and nothing to happen? But if they hit us, we can call and press charges, and we can get our brothers and uncles.
Listen, when a man uses something, a person or an object to hit this woman, She has a right to defend herself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if
Come on, man.
So we're just going to sit here and rewrite the narrative. We all seen the video. I can pull it up if you would like. She stood up with the mic over him. And then he called her, I can't remember what he said. He said something about you bitch or dumb bitch, whatever the fuck he said, when she stood up over him with the mic in her hand. If Chris wasn't there, the mic could have possibly hit him from there. Could have been assault and battery from there. And then she was the one that threw punches. Stop acting like she's the victim. She's being sued right now. This is what this is about. Her title is very different than mine, but her title suggests that, well, not suggests, it says that Tommy's pressing charges, which Tommy's pressing charges. I spoke about that a few days ago. So why are we acting like she is not the assaulter? We're acting like she's the victim.
you didn't see that, that's okay. I understand that. But for her to even address him giving him the right to use somebody else as a shield to run into her, that's a bitch move. And for you to be a black woman,
but did he
okay,
really push her, or was they both excited jumping in each other's face?
Do you have a daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
So if a man whoop their ass after they push a man, it's okay.
If they push a man,
yeah,
you got to know what's coming. Everybody is not going to be accepting to you hitting them.
Once again, before this girl continues her ether of Tasha K, why are we reframing this? If the girl pushes the man, no, she swung punches and hit him in the face.
Just
push
because
is different from punch.
Woman, you cannot hit a man for no reason.
I'm sensing. Listen, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just listen. I don't like to go in like this on the winos because I really appreciate y'all love. But
I'm gonna let this play through. I'm gonna stop cutting this off. But one thing before I let this play through, Tommy said himself, if his daughter was in a situation like this, barking on a man, standing up like this to a man, he would have wanted the man to do exactly what he did. Well, actually, no, he said worse. He said something. Fuck, I should not be fucking quoting the man if I got the reference. I got it fucked up. God damn it.
Come on, man.
Something along the lines of he wouldn't be feeling sorry for his daughter. She got what she deserves. That's pretty much what he said. That was a bad paraphrase, but it is what it is.
But I have to be honest. Like, for you to even say that, like that right there is coming from somewhere else.
So men can get whatever done to them.
Okay.
And they have to accept it because they're physically stronger. And whereas the woman can walk away as well before it even escalate. Before things even escalate.
Do you not understand the man's role?
Yeah, I do.
But
we have a role too.
They're the leader of the
women
household.
has a role too.
No. Okay. Oh, and we're gonna talk about that. So we're talking about a man that has a God-given right by God in the universe as dominion over women and everything else. Okay. All right. So as a man, if you have dominion, you have to control your household. You have to do so without being physical. So if your woman or your sister, your brother or auntie or whoever is out of place as a man has to use his intellect in order to calm a woman down. Because let's be honest, any woman would submit to any man without a man even having to put hands on. Mm-hmm. So if a man feels that he has,
I'm sorry, what?
In order to calm a woman down, because let's be honest, any woman would submit to any man without a man even having to put hands on. Mm-hmm. So if a man feels that he has to go there, then something is wrong with him. He does not have dominion.
Once again, ma'am, you reframing the shit out of this shit. You reframing the fuck out of this. If a man has to go there and put hands on her, she put hands on him. She was addressing an issue and would not let it go. She was trying to debate the content on his Instagram. He's like, I don't care. You're not going to change it. And she kept going, talking in circles, would not stop until she ended up assaulting him. So how are we continuously reframing this? Tasha K, you should be ashamed of yourself. The men that called in earlier that we're going to listen to those calls, they should be ashamed of themselves. The men that are making videos going against Tommy because they don't like him should be ashamed of themselves. What happened to objectivity? You guys are doing way more damage to yourself than you're doing to Tommy in the long run.
Or control over the thing that God has given him by right. And so for you to even say that it's okay, that's the very reason why our daughters are getting their ass beat, because you as a black woman gonna sit up there and say, guess what? They ain't got the right to put their hands on it, but a man can call us a bitch, they can sleep around, they can fill us full of AIDS, and you gonna think
okay,
it's
so you telling me it don't go both ways? Just like a man can't hit a woman can't hit a man. That's what you saying because they black?
Even biblically, listen. Now, I'm not a follower of the Bible.
I'm just saying, is you telling me it's okay for a woman to wow the fuck out on men, and it's okay?
She didn't wow out on him. She addressed him like a woman respectfully. He continued to call.
She addressed him like a woman respectfully. So you are a part of the problem, Tasha K. Y'all think you can just talk to niggas any way you want. That's addressing the situation respectfully. Getting up in a nigga's face and punching him twice is addressing a... You can't make this shit up.
Call her out of her name, and he used another man as a shield to push her. So when she decided to fight back and stand up for her, not one black man in that room took her side, and not even a black woman. And for you to sit here and say that it's okay, that's some bullshit. That's the reason
I saw two people argue and get excited. I did not see him push no Myron into her. And even if he did push her,
get her the fuck off my show with that low self-esteem ass shit. Think she probably...
Get her the fuck off the show with that low self-esteem ass shit. So you're basically campaigning for women to be treated like petulant children. That's what you're campaigning for, because you're standing on everything she did like it was proper. Oh, she addressed him respectfully, and then you kick her off because you can't make a proper point.
Took her side, and not even a black woman. And for you to sit here and say that it's okay, that's some bullshit. That's the reason
I saw two people.
She saw two people, and she asked her a direct question: is it okay for women to hit men? Let me pull that back so I can, because I'm just fucking up this shit.
Respectfully, he continued to call her out of her name, and he used another man as a shield to push her. So when she decided to fight back and stand up for her, not one black man in that room took her side, and not even a black woman. And for you to sit here and say that it's okay, that's some bullshit. That's the reason
I saw two people argue and get excited. I did not see him push no Myron into her. And even if he did push her,
get her the fuck off my show with that low self-esteem ass shit. Think she probably don't even... Who's next? Let's go and change. I'm sorry, Shay.
You all right?
All right, so they thought they got rid of her. They thought they silenced the critics. Nope. Here comes Jessica X coming to tell her that she wrong and Tommy's right for pressing those charges. So 2 callers in a row. I don't know the other woman's name. I call her Goated Caller because she tried to call her out for having no cam. She cammed up instantly. She's goated for that. But let's get into this.
Right.
What the fuck is she talking about? And she probably ain't even got no man in our household, even preaching like that. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your name? Jessica?
Jessica. Yeah. Hi.
Hello. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So what I wanted to ask her was, she said that Tommy was talking.
Oh, you guys probably can't even see. I have to probably move the chat a little bit. See Tasha K fanning herself. Let me move this a little bit over. She got so heated after that. She got so hot after taking the L.
You are right.
Watch this.
What the fuck is she talking about? And she probably ain't even got no man in our household. Even
so mad.
Like that. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your name? Jessica?
Jessica. Yeah. Hi.
Hello. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So what I wanted to ask her was, she said that Tommy was talking ish about Fresh and Fit. What did Tommy say about Fresh and Fit behind their back?
That's a good question.
The floor is yours.
That's a very good question, but I really don't want to disclose that.
But you were, you know, on the edge, even given the...
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, so you're going to make these accusations. Tell everybody. Run around on all the platforms you can and talk about Tommy's been talking shit about Fresh and Fit, and everybody asks you, what has he said? What shit has he spoken? I can't tell you right now. I'm gonna need what did she say? She said she's gonna need 15 racks from somebody. She said some dumbass shit like that. Get the fuck out of here, man.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
The direction that he's going, he's pressed charges on you. You're still not going to say?
I'm gonna definitely save it for the perfect time to say.
You were, on the edge. Even given the direction that he's going, he's pressed charges on you. You're still not going to say?
I'm gonna definitely save it for the perfect time to say when it's in court.
You're gonna put that in it.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Silence, you fool!
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived. She belongs to the streets. Shit getting out of hand now.
All right. You are going to save what Tommy said about Fresh and Fit for court. For court. As he presses charges on you for assault, you're going to save the shit talk that Tommy said to Fresh and Fit for court. But Judge, he was talking shit about Fresh and Fit. What is the relevance to the case, ma'am? He was talking shit about Fresh and Fit. This is what he said. Now I'm disclosing this.
What?
Cap. Ain't nobody got time for that. Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
Okay,
He's gonna say it in court.
The court case,
Okay.
but okay.
I know he's gonna bring it up, so it's just like okay, and now it's just like yeah, but we're not gonna even discuss that because it's really much of it's just gonna go as I really wish my friend was here with me so we could both talk about that together. So as I at least have my witness that was there to back everything up that he said.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. I thought you're being charged with assault or something,
Yeah,
similar to
yeah.
that.
Basically assault, allegedly assault.
Okay, all right. If you say
Okay.
so. The next thing I wanted to ask you was, you said that you didn't sleep with Tommy because you weren't feeling his energy and you don't make that sort of OnlyFans content.
Yeah, I don't make that OnlyFans content. If you even go and subscribe on my OnlyFans, it's only myself. Like, I just show myself out. And I ain't never even showed my vagina on my OnlyFans. Like, it's a big finesse if you ask me. It's just a way to get some free money from horny guys. And all you got to do is just, be sexy. You don't got to do anything. There's a lot of creeps out there, and Tommy is one of them.
I remember you saying on your Instagram live after the incident happened that you would have slept with Tommy if he had paid you. If the money was right, you would have slept with him.
No, I wouldn't have slept with him.
Well, that's what you said. So I'm just going off of your words now because Tommy was saying that you were angry. You were basically jealous because he chose your friend over you.
Yeah, and that was a bunch of bullshit. Why he just basically trying to put the image of I hate all light skins. And he also said on the show that I was jealous of the other.
Tired of that beep. This bitch needs to fix that goddamn smoke detector.
The girls that were light skinned, and obviously that whole entire show we all was getting along, we all was communicating. Even before the show, me and the girls was getting along, so he's trying to portray and put a manipulative image in their head, making it seem like I'm just an angry dark skinned woman. And
I'm just going off of your words, right? Because
I hear you.
He was willing to pay you, and he paid your friend, so he was willing to pay. So does that mean that he just preferred your friend over you? You would have gone if he was willing to pay you. You called him a big trick. He was willing to put that money out, but he wasn't willing to trick on you. That's where it comes down to tricking your friend.
It's not even that. It's because that I basically denied it. Like, what you say? What you say?
Stop the cap.
This girl needs to stop the cap, and Jessica X is barring her down with facts right now. She has no rebuttal.
you're saying that he's a big trick, but he obviously didn't want to trick on you. He was willing to pay your friend, and you said that he did, but he didn't pay you. So is that why you were salty the next time you came on the podcast? Because you went down there, you thought you were going to get some money, but he paid your friend and you didn't get a look in?
No, that is not why. Like I said, and I previously said, once I got there, the energy was just completely whack. It was just completely off. I couldn't do it, and I wanted to leave. So all that even happened after I left, when he go about paid her, all that. That's because she was texting me throughout the time, and then that's when she told me. He didn't even agree on like all that before we even got there. Everything happened after I left because I didn't want to be there anymore. Like, the energy was just weird. And then he tried to say that I was jealous.
The energy was weird. Explain energy. What you mean is he was giving you no attention.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
He tried to say that I was jealous because he was giving her more attention than me, which was a lie.
But even after that, you said you would have slept with him if he was willing to pay you. You said you would have done it if he was willing to pay the money.
He was, trust me, Tommy was fucking cat. Like, trust me. That nigga knew what the fuck he was doing when I got there. He paid her after I left. You gotta understand that. You get what I'm saying? It's not that I was there and this has happened. I didn't watch
Jessica,
nothing.
I know you got a lot of questions, but your time is almost up. We got a lot of people waiting.
She was in the wrong.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
You can't punch a man in the face and expect him to just stand there and take it. She deserves to have charges pressed against her.
Drop her shit. Drop her, because I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't do.
Perfect.
Tasha, stop the cap. You don't believe in domestic violence, but you believe in defending this prostitute who assaults niggas live on air. Jessica X, shout out to you. You did your job. Let's rewind here because she just...
I didn't watch
Jessica,
nothing.
I know you got a lot of questions, but your time is almost up. We got a lot of people waiting.
She was in the wrong.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
You can't punch a man in the face and expect him to just stand there and take it. She deserves to have charges pressed against her.
Drop her shit. Drop her, because I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't do that. So, okay, it was the wrong platform for that. For this, okay. What's his name? Aaron.
All right, so how could she sit there and say she doesn't believe in this? For me, I don't understand why people would rather, instead of holding her accountable for her actions, they would rather double down and talk about Tommy coming for black women when she is like literally the worst representation. Y'all want to stand behind this and double down someone who assaulted somebody on camera for no reason. Because she wanted to bring up a point and drill him about his Instagram and annoy him with the same question that's been answered already, to the point where they get into this contentious argument where she ends up standing over him and assaulting him when he stands up as well to defend himself. She's not a victim. Men, women, let's listen to this guy. Let's listen to him. Let's see what he has to say.
How you doing, Shay?
Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Now, please come in and listen. I ain't expecting you to agree with all this, but please tell me you think and speak like a man, okay? So
I do.
All right, here comes the shaming tactics. If you don't agree with them, then you don't think and speak like a man. Agree with me, or I will shame you into submission until you agree with me. That's what it is.
Okay.
I do.
What's your thoughts on this?
Shout out to Ratchet Today Show. That's my boy Yusuf. Okay. So yeah, and I'm actually calling from Los Angeles. I'm originally from Chicago. The whole situation was very unfortunate. And first of all, to you, Shay, my condolences to you and your family. I know you're going through a rough.
Jackie Dollhouse says it's not domestic violence, it's self-defense. It is definitely self-defense on Tommy's part. He didn't. They're acting like Tommy assaulted this woman. He did not touch her. He didn't put a hand on her. She put hands on him. The reframing of this is ridiculous.
Patch right now, it'll get better.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the question I have for you is, why didn't you exercise more wisdom? You said you didn't know about Tommy before. It's like you took you accepted a trip without knowing too much about this guy. Anything could have happened.
Yeah.
And I know Tommy quite well, and Tasha obviously knows him quite well too. And Tommy's he's really known on these YouTube streets to be the way he is. He's always disrespected dark-skinned black women, the BT 1000s, and just look at some of his past videos. You get a chance to see what I mean. But I guess I want to know what's next up for you after the court cases and stuff like that. Answer that question.
So what's up next for me is, like I said, it's my business. I'm going more harder on that. I'll be dropping new inventory, a lot of new things. And then I'm also traveling. Like, I'm going to be vlogging all my trips out the country. Like, I'm going to Portugal. I'm going to the DR. I'm going to Colombia. Like, I have a lot of things that I want to show people, just the other side of me, and not just what the image that they trying to portray that I am.
Okay. And by the way, you're a beautiful young lady, too.
Why do they say the image that they try to portray that you are? This is all you're doing, ma'am. This is the biggest display of lack of accountability. This is all you. You were the one that offered all this information, telling the world about what you do, the way you acted and conducted yourself on Fresh and Fit podcast. She was there for multiple episodes making an ass of herself. Making an ass of herself. She's making an ass of dark-skinned women. When people want to talk about dark-skinned women and they're pointing to her, like, she should not be a representation of dark-skinned women. Dark-skinned women should be looking at her and saying, get her the fuck out of here. This is not us. This is not what we want representing us. That's what dark-skinned women should be saying, because this is a terrible representation. You should not be trying to bolster these people's bad speech and bad behavior because you want to be unaccountable, or you hate Tommy Sotomayor. Especially men that do this. Men that do this, you'll wait until some girl lies on you, and then you start crying to us like we give a fuck. After you're a part of the problem, you're going to come back
crying to me, and I'm not having that.
Yay! You looking fly too, Tasha. So
thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And as far as you traveling to these places and stuff like that, I just wanted to say, how come you didn't just stick to doing that before? I mean, you seem like you got
my passport.
Okay.
I just got my passport December. My first time leaving the States was just last month on the 28th of January, 26th, and I went to Dubai for a full week. And then that's when I realized that I want to vlog my traveling life, because it was just like, the world is so much big and beautiful, and I want people to see and experience that the States is not just, it's so much life outside of the States.
Okay.
I'm a man. I'm a man. Listen to you saying this, and I'm jealous of you. But
check out my Dubai vlog. It's on my channel. It's The Life of Shay.
Okay, Life of Shay. I'll definitely.
She got flew out to Dubai. You already know what happened to her.
Check it out. But
Yusuf, let me ask you. Good night, Aaron. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of your name because you said Yusuf. Aaron, let me ask you a question. As a man, as a black man, you raised here in America?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago. Live in LA now.
Okay, so you raised in Chicago, so you probably dealt with some Chicago.
Yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed.
Chicago women before. So there's a difference between a woman endangering your life, like, using a weapon to try and hit you. Do you think that as a black man, if a woman pushes you, that it's okay to beat her ass?
Once again, reframing. If a woman pushes you, did she push or did she swing punches? Damn near everyone on YouTube reacted to her throwing punches and putting hands, and Mr. Skinny laughing, and Kwame almost slipping up and getting her to confirm that she put hands on him on camera. But she knew better to admit it. But Kwame slipped up and almost had her admit it. That would have been easy lawsuit because it's on camera, then you admit it to the confession. But she slipped it. Nonetheless, we know what happened. Stop reframing it as a push.
I don't think you should beat her down, but you should probably try to restrain her.
Okay.
Try to restrain her as best as you
That's
can.
my point.
That's your point. So why aren't you talking to her about throwing hands on him, putting hands on him? Why is it, oh, you should try to refrain her, or restrain her? I'm definitely not advocating for putting hands on women. Hell no. Hell no. But women shouldn't be putting their hands on no men just because they think we can take it. Oh, you can take a couple of punches. Just hold that, nigga. And we supposed to just sit there like.
Jesus Christ.
It's not happening. It's not happening. Keep your hands to yourself. You're focused on the wrong things.
My point to any black woman that wants to get their ass on my platform and say it's okay for a man who's physically stronger to beat a woman ass just because she pushes him or she maybe slaps him. Now it's different if she's trying to kill him, okay? But using restraint, using your gun.
Jesus Christ.
Shit getting out of hand now.
Now you have to be almost killed. You have to be in a Steve McNair-like situation, rest in peace, for you to even do anything. That's what she's campaigning for? Are you serious?
What? Stronger to beat a woman ass just because she pushes him or she maybe slaps him. Now it's different if she's trying to kill him, okay? But using restraint, using your God-given intellect and strength to restrain the very woman that you got.
God-given intellect. So, ma'am, are women children? Do they not have the God-given intellect as well? Do y'all know I just realized, or I just found out, that Tommy's the one that coined the phrase equal rights, equal fights? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Dominion over anyway, because most of the time the women don't even go no motherfucking well. They sit their ass the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Now, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bottom line is that with men, I mean, first of all, Tommy. First of all, the one thing he has wrong, a man shouldn't be arguing with women to begin with. I mean, as a man, just be quiet. You know, just be quiet. Let her talk, and if you can, just.
All right, now they're being disingenuous as fuck, and they're acting like this was a living room dispute. This is a platform. It was a podcast platform with 12 women and 3 men in the studio. They're having a discussion, a debate. Of course, you're going to argue with women in that setting. It's a debate.
Walk away. Yeah, I know I know it'll anger you. Trust me, I know it'll anger you. But the best thing you can do is to walk away. And I know some women will follow a man around, still talking, but just keep walking away. Maybe if you have to, run away. But just try to get away from the situation. And like I was saying before,
yeah, that's what you should have been saying from the start. Try to get away from the situation. Quiet down. If the argument's getting too heated and contentious, be a lady. And even as a man, if the argument's getting too contentious, you try to pass on the play. You've seen how much times Tommy was like, I don't care. Let's just move on. I don't care. Let's move on. He tried that a number of times. She kept drilling the same argument until the point she had to stand up because she was so mad. So the accountability is all the way on her. She's the one that's being charged. She's the one that assaulted him. Oh, shit. Shout out to you, maintenance. She tripping. She 100% tripping. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, y'all. That one was for Jackie Dollhouse for that super chat earlier. I didn't give you that drop. Shout out to you. Another bomb drop. That's for maintenance for that super chat. Shout out to you. I appreciate all the super chats. All right, let's get back into it.
Maybe you can hold her arms or something like that, and maybe gently put her on the ground or something.
And he's the oldest in the room, so he know what the fuck is what he did. You know, he's the oldest out of all of us. All of us. He knew better, and as he said, he got psychology degree, all this. So
Yeah.
you knew.
And Fresh and Fit, they're problematic anyway. They're relatively new on the scene, but they are colored.
My advice, and I've been saying this for Fresh and Fit for a long time, is y'all need some in-studio security. The platform is growing to a level of it's just growing to a massive level. So they're gonna have to have some in-studio security at some point, because this can't continue to happen. This can't continue to happen. You don't want shit to keep going left.
From what I understand, I think Myron, I think he's the one that's from the Sudan, one of them. And so they're colorist to begin with, and they've actually made it clear that they don't like dealing with Shaniquas and whatever term that they use.
What they were saying is, man, I don't even like to do this shit. I definitely don't like to do this shit. But when you have black women standing up for behavior like behavior like this, it makes people say, I don't want to deal with this shit on a whole. I'm not at that point. I'm not doing that. I date dark-skinned women. My girl's dark-skinned. But at the end of the day, it's like these girls are setting a bad example, and then you have other women bolstering their bad example. So if you don't want this to be the negative stereotype, then stop putting this in front of us and stop commending this action. Stop praising this type of woman and putting her on a pedestal and blaming Tommy when she's the assailant or the assaulter. Like, this is ridiculous.
Black women.
Wait, which one is Myron? Because I think I'm getting them confused. Is Myron
So
the one that's, or is that the producer?
I'm thinking Myron's the tall one.
Oh, that's so that's Fit.
I could be wrong.
Because I thought Fit is just Fit, and then Myron was the producer, which is the one that's behind the screen that's talking.
You might be right. I thought they were both on the screen. Actually, I don't even watch their show. I've only heard of them through a lot of times,
okay.
But yeah, the way they feel about black women. Listen, I realize that issues, the stuff we're dealing with black men and black women. Black women feel like they don't have protection, and that's unfortunate. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm trying to represent the real men out there, and trust me, I'm sure I'm going to probably get called out.
Yeah, because you're not representing the real men out there. And black women out here have to combat this type of shit. This is for your image. For black women, do not let this be your image. Don't stand by this shit. Don't stand by it. Don't this whole sisterhood shit, girl code shit. Not in this one. Pass on the play. Don't defend this one. It's a bad representation. I'm not gonna stand up on some bad representation. You throw that to the corner. Fuck that. We ain't standing on that shit.
I'm Simps again just for talking about this, but I'm used to it. I don't care. That's why I show my face. I don't hide behind avatars. I mean, I say what I need to say. And this is me being real. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm real Aaron Collins. That means my name, but this is me being me. I'm not.
Tasha has not recovered. She's fuming still.
Caping, and this is me. I know how.
Aaron, so, I appreciate you using your alpha intellect. Okay, because we do have three types of men. Okay, we have alpha, betas, and I'm not going to talk about the others. Okay. And so I do appreciate you even demonstrating that strength here, because a lot of black women, especially the women that brought their ass on the show, don't know what that is. They only know beta. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and there's a big and stark difference. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay. We're going to move on.
Have a good day.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, and then we're going to end the show. Okay.
There you go, that damn beeping.
Lonnie Love, how you doing?
Hey, hi Tasha K.
How you doing, Mama?
Hi Shay.
Hey.
Okay.
Watching this
so
live.
What's your question?
Yeah, I do have a question. I want to say something real fast.
Okay.
Watching this live is really I'm not going to say it's triggering, because I'm used to it, and I worked with women that had mental issues, all types of stuff. Like, it might be even from juveniles to adults.
Okay.
And Tommy abused this lady first. Abuse is not just physical, it's verbal and emotional.
Thank you.
And he did that first.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm sorry, what? Did y'all watch the video? I think they watched the clip. I think they watched the clip where it started off with him calling her a dumb bitch and then her throwing the hands. So that's what they think it was. They did not see the episode. They did not see the episode. The reframing is just ridiculous. The only two callers that kept it real were Jessica X and that first girl. And you know what? I'm going back into her. I'm going back into that moment just to remind y'all of what it is to be a logical, rational human being instead of being delusional and stuck up on some sister code, and the fact that you hate Tommy, so you're doing anything to hate Tommy, because this is sad. This is pathetic.
Drop her shit. Drop her.
I didn't watch
Jessica, I know you got a lot of questions, but your time is almost up. We got a lot of people waiting.
She was in the wrong.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
You can't punch a man in the face and expect him to just stand there and take it. She deserves to have charges pressed against her.
Got him! Got him!
All right, who else is going to say that? Who else is going to keep it a stack and say something like that? Let's go back to the other callers that I skipped over.
Fucked up because I guess it's just a few comments
to disseminate on their platforms.
Let's see what.
They paid him.
You know what? I think there's a fair share of black women and black men that called in. Let's listen to their takes and see what they have to say, because we've seen what the goats had to say. That one goated caller and Jessica X, they killed them with logic. But let's see what these other callers have to say.
She had told me, I guess her and Chelsea thought it would be a good idea.
I don't know where the fuck this starts. Where does this shit start? Nigga. All right, here we go.
Okay. Tommy Sotomayor is very problematic, and so is Fresh and Fit. They're colorist, they're misogynistic. Why do
Jackie Dollhouse said, I only seen the clip and it did appear that verbally he was the aggressor, but there's no reason to put your hands on him if he's only using words. Yeah, at that point, the clip really only shows the boiling point. It only shows where it reached that point where it's like, okay, shit's going left. And that's when she was being, because she was standing over him at that point. He was calling her a dumb bitch, and that's where the clip started. So at that point, it could look like he was the aggressor verbally. But prior to that, it was just chirp, 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 chirp from her. Talking the most. I don't think she called him out of his name, though, but there's more ways to be disrespectful than just name calling.
Do you feel that while you were on the show, there was another black lady or black woman that was
no, she did call him. Nah.
Like,
she did call him a stupid bitch as well. Nah, she did call him a bitch as well.
Like, she didn't really intervene or even back you up, but you have like a white girl on the side, like making little comments here and there. Like, why do you feel like black women?
Oh no, we've seen this caller already. Skip this caller. It was this one where we left off. There we go.
About 12, not 12, but 3 minutes per guest. Okay, that's what Sheik said. So 3 minutes per guest, because we got to be done by at least 12:30. Okay, so thank you so much, Shauna. Come on here, G, darling.
Hey, Tasha. Hey, Shay.
How are you?
Hi, Waynos. I'm fine. Thank you for having me up here. Thank you, Tasha, for embracing this young lady. Before I ask my question, please make sure she gets professional representation.
Why would you thank Tasha for embracing this lady after making a mockery of herself and assaulting a man on a live podcast? She's not the victim. She calls in and praises.
Now, Shay, did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
sign anything?
No. Well, only thing that I signed was they make every girl sign like a waiver for the show.
Stop it. Get some help.
This girl said wavier. Wavier. Like my hair is wavier than yours. A waiver?
So what, you want to sue them, or you have permission to, they have permission to use your likeness, image, and name to disseminate on their platforms?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, cool. What's your next question?
Let's keep it a stack. She has no idea what she signed.
Gigi.
Gigi.
Yes.
My next question, because I'll never understand why melanated men, I would say Tommy is a shade darker than you are, hating on melanated women. Because you did not know who Tommy was, did you have any prior situations similar to what he invited you to, or was that your first? Did you feel like this was your chance?
Yeah, I feel like this is my first time like ever getting invited to something like this. Like I never experienced nothing like this ever in my life.
Okay. And what's your next question, Miss Gigi?
Thank you, Tasha, and thank you, Shay. Basically, that was it. I think he finally met his match. I'm glad you look exactly like you do. You are cultured, you are intelligent, and it's a pleasure to speak.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
This is a huge problem. Let's listen to this statement one more time, y'all.
I think he finally met his match. I'm glad you look exactly like you do. You are cultured, you are intelligent, and it's a pleasure to speak.
I love it. Thank you so much.
This girl just spoke to this woman right here, this prostitute, like this.
My God, she's something special. I'm just going to leave it at that. She is sensational.
That's the way this woman just spoke to her. This prostitute who assaulted a nigga live on a podcast. This is what we're propping up. So when black men are on YouTube, on the platform, holding black women accountable for bad behavior and vice versa, because men hold men accountable all the time, but no one wants to talk about that. But when it's women, we try to hold women like this accountable, and then they're spoken about like they're some queen. You're some intelligent queen. After being an admitted thought, getting flew out to Dubai, belonging to the streets, saying words like wavier and misconstrusion, throwing fist at a nigga, live on air, assaulting him, and we're standing behind this? We're saying things like this?
His match. I'm glad you look exactly like you do. You are cultured, you are intelligent, and it's a pleasure to speak.
I love it. Thank you so much, Miss Gigi. Okay. All right, Ellen. How you doing, Ellen? What's your name and where you from?
Hi, my name is Linda. I'm out here in Virginia Beach. So
Come on,
I just
man.
wanted to, it's not really a question, but I guess it's just a few comments. So I did watch, the viral clip of what, happened between you and Tommy on the podcast. And I will say, honestly, I think you did a decent job in handling yourself. And I felt like you did do your best to maintain your calm, but it was clear when his voice got super aggressive, then also it was almost like you were being provoked in a way.
This is a huge problem in our community. You handled yourself well. You punched the nigga. You're being sued. That is handling yourself well. This is why this behavior continues. And then that's why you can't call them out. You can't hold women accountable at all. At all. Because they're backed up behind dumbass thoughts like this. If this was my sister, I'd call her a fucking idiot. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Act like a fucking lady. That's not the correct decorum to have on a platform like that. And first of all, what's your stupid ass doing on a platform like that? I want to talk to my sister like that. My sister is not one of these treasures. But Jesus fucking Christ.
I almost wish you would have really two-pieced him, but I think you did. You definitely handled yourself. The one thing I did notice when I was kind of looking up some of Tommy's stuff in terms of his OnlyFans, I didn't go on his OnlyFans, but all the girls he's really having sex with are all brown skin or dark skin like you. So I find it really interesting. He's tricking on these girls that actually are your skin tone, if not darker. But then he's sitting here disrespecting or really trying to disrespect you and dark black-skinned women on the podcast talking about, oh, it was her light-skinned friend. She jealous because it's her light-skinned friend that I did whatever with. But it's like, but that's not the folks you're paying on your podcast tricking on or whatever, or your OnlyFans tricking on to have sex with. So what's up with that? So I almost feel like when you kind of exposed him and I'm really happy you did that, when you had your proof in those text messages and you showed it to Fresh or whatever, towards the end of that podcast, to say, no, hold up a minute. He invited me out. He was trying to do whatever with me. He was even reaching out, and it was clear you weren't even responding to him like that. He was really pressed about in terms of trying to see, hey, how come you're not going to stay? Did I do anything wrong? So I think this was more of, he bucked up because he had an audience and because he was trying to play into this narrative that is very popular but very disturbing, is how black men, particularly dark-skinned black men, think it's somehow okay to belittle and disrespect dark-skinned or brown-skinned black women.
And that's where they need to stop, because they talk about Tommy dates dark-skinned women. He's fucking all these dark-skinned and black women on his OnlyFans. He says that with his chest, though. Yes, he likes black women. And he knows a lot about black women. That's why he talks about the problems in the community. Yeah, Tommy's rough and a little rough around the edges in the ways that he delivers things, and he says stuff that may rub people the wrong way. But ultimately, this is what we're left with. Let me not talk about Tommy. Let me talk about people like myself. When we're trying to combat bad behavior like this, and we're trying to tell people this is not the representation you should stand behind. This is fuckery. The absolute bullshit. This is not a display of femininity. This is a masculine man trying to go toe-to-toe with every nigga. And you have girls like her saying, yeah, she should be able to do it as long as she's not killing this guy. Unless your life is in danger, you can't do anything. It's like, no, yeah, exactly, T. Shameful. No accountability on women. We're treating women like children. Oh, they can't harm men. These big, strong men. You just hit them. Nothing's going to happen unless you're going to kill them with a weapon. So that's zero accountability. And then they praise this woman. Oh, you acted so well. You're this, that. You're educated. This is insanity. So when men get on their platform and saying we can't hold these women accountable, well, on the internet at least, people in their own life and in their household should at least be holding their women accountable. And if they can't, they should move on and make better choices. But as a culture, what we promote, this is awful. This is awful. Men, do not date women like this. Stay the fuck away from them. Anybody that goes on Fresh and Fit podcast, it's business. They have a great show. It's a great Jerry Springer-like vibe. Very consistent. They do a good job, but nonetheless, don't date any other girls. That's what I would say. That's what I would suggest. That would be my recommendations. That's the only place where Tommy fucked up, is fucking with Fresh and Fit girls, because it's went left for literally everybody. Those are the thirstiest of the thirstiest clout-chasing girls that come on that show. Especially by now, for what everybody knows what the show's about, seeing all these girls getting Frank Castle, black girls seeing the Asian doll situation, the dabbling in the dark, all that shit that's been out, that's been negative. No offense to their show. I'm just saying, if these girls, they can't blame the show, they got to blame their actions on the show, because we don't see anybody else going out sad consistently the way we see black women going out sad on that show. And the reason why they're going out sad is because they're unaccountable. Accountability is like an attack. Holding people accountable is like attacking them. It's like a personal attack. And you do bad when you're unaccountable. This is why this is the representation, because you have women calling and you have hosts like her on platforms like her, on Tasha K's platform, promoting this shit. It's bad.
As if who are they? Because I'm brown skinned, but like, who are we or who are they? When
you know what, y'all, I'm gonna leave the link in the description for y'all to watch this entire interview with all the calls on Tasha K's channel. I can't do this shit anymore. This is ridiculous. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that dropped super chats. We have another show coming up. We're actually going to talk about this whoopee shit. But This is a message for the men out there. YouTube is not an easy platform. I know there's a lot of people struggle streaming, a lot of people that need to be clout chasing, looking for some views. Not many people in here right now. This is a basic struggle stream, but I appreciate everybody here and everybody in the chat. Nonetheless, a lot of people are in situations like this and they want to clout up. They want views. They want a reason for views. So they're going to have people like her on their platform. There's a lot of people that she's just reaching out to anybody. You are doing more damage to yourself. This is a disservice to all men. I don't give a fuck if you don't like Tommy Sotomayor. There's women that agree with her. They're going to do their thing, clearly. Tasha K's doing it. Tasha K don't need her for clout. Tasha K has almost 1 million subscribers. She don't need this. But she's doing it because clearly she agrees adamantly. So, but men, you are doing a disservice allowing women to get on these panels and lie through their teeth on men after assaulting men. This is why I told Tommy in our conversation I'm happy that he's going through the lawsuit, because dumbass niggas like me don't do shit like that. Well, I don't get myself in situations like that, but nonetheless, like, I wouldn't want to do that type of shit. That's why I avoid situations like that, because I don't want it to come to that. I'm not trying to sue no woman, but if it comes to that, I'm happy that Tommy's actually going through with it, because something like this needs to happen. You've seen Myron get assaulted multiple times and he just lets it fly. He lets it slide. And it's going to be recurring. If you don't do anything, it's going to be recurring. It's like being that bitch-ass nigga in high school that's getting beat up all the time. And you don't defend yourself, you're going to continue getting beat up all the time. So you have to do something for yourself. We're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to catch that NBA All-Star game. So shout out to y'all. We out. Yeah.